So we quickly packed up and headed towards our next destination, the Wild Center, where we heard they had a new attraction called the Wild Walk. You know, the Wild Center's main mission is to tell the story of the Adirondack Mountains, and there's tons to do. From canoe and stand-up paddleboard trips on the Roquette River to nature walks on their 81 acres of trails located directly on premise. And don't forget about the Pines Wild Playing Area, where kids can literally have fun in a natural playground that is made entirely from the surrounding woods. No plastic or metal slides here, just 100% all natural. That's why Brian and I brought our families to explore this natural paradise. So where to start? With the Wild Walk, of course. That's where Brian caught up with Rob to take the tour.
Rob, what is this thing? What's Chris doing here?
This is just a really cool exhibit that shows us how superior animals living in the forest are to human beings. They need to survive. They need to worry about being eaten.
So you're saying if Chris puts his head in here and to listen, and now he'll be able to start listening to his mother better with this thing?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Did you know that the Adirondack State Park is larger than the Grand Canyon, Glacier, and Yosemite National Parks put together? It comprises 25% of the state of New York, or about 6 million acres. Then Rob and I walked over to the Snag, a recreation of a snapped-off white pine that stands 4 stories tall and large enough to fit a stairway in. And don't forget about the 4-story twig treehouse, complete with swinging bridges. Then off to a favorite with the kids.
Rob, we're up here at one of the hot spots. I hear a lot of kids, a lot of action. What is this exhibit?
So this is probably the most popular spot on Wild Walk. It's a larger-than-life orb web that is suspended 25 feet off the ground that people can get inside and run around and play on.
Do you ever come here after hours and just rest, just lay in it?
I have.
Now to the highest point on the Wild Walk.
We are on the highest point at the Wild Center, which is the bald eagle's nest on Wild Walk.
What kind of size are eagles' nests? Obviously, they can't be this big, can they?
This nest is about 10 feet in diameter, and it is it's close to the size of the largest bald eagle's nest that has ever been found. It was down in Florida. Bald eagle's nests can get close to this big.
This size.
We were off to the 54,000 square foot Wild Center that contains many interactive activities and hands-on exhibits that educate its visitors daily on the life and the environment in the Adirondack Mountains. The Wild Center believes that people and the rest of the natural world can thrive together with the help of science. And we can't forget about all the animals that make their home at the Wild Center, from land dwellers that live in the wilderness and are native to the mountains here, to lake, river, and stream critters that thrive and are abundant within the Adirondack State Park. Here I am with a red-tailed hawk. This was the first time I was up close and personal with this magnificent predator that is so sleek and aerodynamic, and you can see why they are called red-tailed hawks. And Wolfie's favorite, the black snake. Well, no, Wolfie's really scared to death of snakes. I should have tossed it on him. But one of the most popular stops are the otters. We had a special honor of being there at the right time, feeding time. Check this out.
All right, so what's about to happen is Rob, our otters, there he is. And Rob went in there and got some live fish and is about to feed them. You can see how excited they are.
Ready?
He's searching every part of that tank. It's amazing how fast they are.
He's eating.
It's almost like he knows there's one more hiding around. He's coming around. He's coming back, Wolfie. The otter. Very athletic. I like to consider myself an otter. Oh, there he is. There he is again. He's looking for more. It's amazing because he's searching every crevice. Yeah. There's the fish.
Where is it?
Uh-oh. There he is. We got it. And again, what's unique about the exhibits, you're up front. You're in the middle of the action. What a cool exhibit.
It was a cool exhibit. So when in Lake Placid, make the Wild Center part of one of your stops and visit all the beautiful creatures and